Hey, what's up, CollectionDX fans? This is Necro Dave, and I'm back with a video review for you. Angles.com was good enough to send us this review sample of the Star Wars REVO Series Number 2 Stormtrooper by Kyoto, and Josh B was good enough to let me take a look at it for him, so here we are. It comes in a pretty standard box, I think. It's, a nice window box, decent image of the toy on front, no spectacular art or anything like that. See on the side there, it's another picture of the Stormtrooper, basically the same as the one on the front, same thing on the side there. Got the window where you can see all the different parts to the toy. Flip around the back, just pictures of the toy doing different poses, as well as the accessories outside of the tray, so you can kind of get a feel for what you're going to be able to accomplish with the figure. Been a long time since I've played with any Revoltech toys. I remember when they first came out. In fact, it was the second one in the original line, the Dugram line, that I kind of didn't really care for, so I kind of swore him off for the longest time and never really gave it a second thought. But when he offered this to me, I figured, hey, you know what, why not go back and take a look and give it a second chance? And I was surprised when I got it to see how big it was. Now, I've already opened this for the text review, so I'm just going to pull all the parts out and we can take a look at the tray and everything inside. Here we go. Get rid of the box. It has this little cardboard thing in the back just so that it looks, somewhat interesting. But we can get rid of that. Figure is about 6 inches tall, which, like I said, bigger than the classic ones that I was used to. These are all going to fall out, I'm sure. There we go. Like I said, I've already taken them out, so I'm just going to dump them all out. But the first thing I noticed when I opened the toy initially was that it comes with this little stand as well as the adapter piece for the back, but there's no actual base included to stand it up with. So I thought that was kind of bizarre and a little bit pointless. I don't know if people out there are more familiar with these toys than I am, then maybe you know why that is, but it was a bit of a mystery to me. So I simply took the one that I had for the, I had a Figma figure from Dawn of the Dead. I decided to use that instead. Was that it? How did it go? Oops. Nope, my bad. I don't think I even used that. I think I just took that, stuck it in there. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to fit that right into his back so he could stand up. It's not a perfect fit, but it'll do. So, give you an idea of the figure there. So cool. So I figured I'd just have him standing there. I can show you some of the different aspects of it. And in fact, I'm going to use the other piece just as a pointer. So, I think this had about 16 points of articulation, if I remember right. We got the toes articulated. They simply just go up and down. Then you got Revoltech joints at the knees, the hips, both wrists, both elbows. You have double joints on the shoulders and in the neck. And then the waist is also articulated as well. So you can get a pretty decent amount of movement in there. The one thing that I thought was kind of weird about it, it just looks a little funky. Maybe you can see how he looks like he has no shoulder? All you can really see is the joint in there. Now, in most of your poses, you're probably going to do something dynamic with it. That's just the type of figure this is. And that will probably be covered up. But I just figured I would point it out to you. So, obviously head turns. The other thing is, the head seems to be, constantly pointed forward. It's a little bizarre, but it doesn't seem to be the way to kind of get it to go, just kind of straight up. Same thing with the back. The chest is kind of always pointing forward. In fact, the whole thing actually comes apart. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there is this little thing here. Actually curves, so it's not even possible to make it straight. And that was always my big gripe with the other Revoltech toys. We did a, the summer assembly required thing where we were kind of talking about it, and how they were never capable of just doing nothing. Oops, except for falling down maybe. But let me move over here. So yeah, I mean, that's a personal thing for me. You know, I'm sure anybody who's buying this toy knows what they're getting into and probably appreciates that aesthetic more than I do. So don't let me be too much of a curmudgeon. Let me see if I can get the official Stormtrooper one in there. I don't think that's going to work. Maybe because that's not the one? Yeah, it is. Whatever. Yeah, again, I'm kind of baffled by the situation with the stand. Why give half of a stand? It makes no sense to me. But you get a wide range of motion here. Elbows, they all move around pretty well. Get decent ratchets going there. Same thing on the knees. Everybody loves that sound, I'm sure. They come right off sometimes. You can pop it right back in, easy peasy. Now, like I said, I'm pretty traditional in my toys, and I don't usually do a whole lot of dynamic stuff. So a lot of the poses you could see on the back of the box, I'm not sure I really have the patience for. But so yeah, something like that. Whoops, falls down. Actually, you got actually the belt there, so looks like it moves in two places, but I don't think it really does. As far as the actual detailing and everything, it's a nice sculpt. Paint's pretty nice. I had a couple of little issues. You may not be able to tell, but like right up here, there's a bit of a white spot where I don't know if it got smudged or what, but and same thing on the other side of the helmet, right up over here. Again, a bit of a smudge. It's, you know, it's noticeable if you're looking for it, but from a few feet away, you know, probably not that big a deal. See if we can show you some accessories here. Like most of these figures, it comes with extra fists. Yeah. Never mind that. Let me move here. You've got 6 fists all told. You've got the regular closed fists. You've got kind of an open palm fist. Well, I guess that wouldn't be a fist, would it? Slides right in there. And then, and you have that on both sides, same thing. I'm not going to bother changing. That's one thing I kind of don't like. The joint just comes right out. So, again, much like with the, was it that God Mars toys I reviewed a couple of months back, whenever it was, if you lose that, you're in a world of trouble. So I'll put the other last fist on. That's a little frustrating. Thing turns. Did it again. Of course, I haven't had this amount of problems doing it, except when I'm on camera. There we go. And that's the trigger finger fist. So, of course, you got a trigger finger. You're going to need to pull a trigger, right? Of course, we come with a regular blaster. That'll fit right in there. And again, for you lefties, you do have a left-handed fist with a trigger, so you can hold it in either hand. I just, you know, I'm right-handed, so I'm a little bit biased. Trying to move his shoulder down. It looks really unnatural. Just a little plastic blaster. Nothing too special about it. Nicely sculpted, but... And the other weapon it comes with is a blaster rifle. Now this one I do want to point out something. Again, it looks nice, but this really looks like it should fold down so that you can, you know, rest it and take aim, but it doesn't. I actually tried to do it. I didn't do it too hard, but the whole piece just broke off. So what you're looking at now is one that's actually been re-glued. That was a little bit frustrating, but, you know, I guess not that big a deal. It just would have been nice to to know ahead of time that it doesn't move. So yeah, like I said, that's it for accessories basically. Not a heck of a lot. I'm glad there's not a million fists or anything like that. And you can move them around and yada yada yada. You know the deal. He's got a little holster on the back there. I don't think the gun actually fits in there or anything, but kind of would be neat. Maybe it does. Yeah, I guess you can. Probably not. Nah, looks like it doesn't. So yeah, other than that, it's basically like your basic Stormtrooper. I mean, we've seen these a million times, so if you like Stormtroopers, I think you'll probably like this. But I'll just stand them on the base there as it is. You know, I tend to prefer the more classic look, or if you prefer the more modern style. But yeah, so that's about the scale of it basically. You look at, like I said, about 6 inches tall, a little bit bigger than the other Revoltex. A substantial piece with good posability, durable. You know, other than that gun, it seems like it can take a lot of abuse when you're doing your posing and whatnot. So I think it's a good figure. Probably not my cup of tea personally, like I said, but that's on me. That's more just my style rather than any sort of indictment of the toy itself. But yeah, I've probably rambled on enough for you tonight, and so I'll probably sign off here at this point. If you like this figure, this type of toy, head on over to angles.com, check out their stock, grab one of these from them. I'm sure they'll hook you up good. And until next time, this is Necro Dave signing off. Take care.